Okay, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. We are about to take on the final dungeon of Stormblood, which is the Ghimlyt Dark. Now, granted, after this dungeon, there's a couple more things to do. Namely, one single-player instance, and a whole lot of cutscenes, because it is the end of the story. It's the end of the expansion. So let's get on to it. Now you may notice I'm doing this on my main instead of my alt, because I got super frustrated. I've tried to do this on my alt a few times, and each time I've gotten just a calamitous run. So yeah, every time I do it on my main it is silky smooth, so I gave up and said fuck it, I'm gonna record it on my main. Lots of AoE all over this dungeon. Just do your best not to stand in it. And mow down these packs as they come. And these NPCs, they tend to get in the way of your targeting. But since this is the final main story quest dungeon, it makes sense for them to be here, because this is the big thing coming to a head. Now most tanks will go ahead and pull these guys all the way down to the right, because most parties want to speed run this. Let's use that diversion while we still got it. Don't stand in the AoE that continually targets you throughout this dungeon. Alright, they're all dead. Time for the first boss. This is an annoying Iron Giant that does an oscillating AoE, where he just spins around in a circle and you have to stay in front of him the whole way. So if you're a caster, you can't stand still. You have to keep rolling around him and around him and around him. You'll see how annoying it is. Very shortly here. Well, these AoEs just don't stack them on top of your friends and you'll be okay. Here it is. He's going to spin around this way, so you have to get over in the safe zone. Wait for that to fade off, and then you can run over and be safe. And a line AoE to move you off the spot. And there'll be a stack marker here shortly. First cerulean vent, that's just a room-wide AoE. There's nothing you can do about it. There he goes, he's coming around this side. And he'll do it twice this time. And now he's coming around this way. And now here comes the stack marker. It's on me. Everyone just stack up. And now he'll immediately do a line AoE to move you out. Cerulean Vent, once again, room-wide AoE. Can't do nothing about that, just heal through it. Do not stack these on top of your friends. Run back in because we got another stack marker. And then move out of the next AoE. Now he's going to try to do the oscillating again pretty shortly, unless we kill him, but he's about dead. And of course, when I'm on my main, so I don't need this shit, it drops. Oh my god. Now, if you've seen all my dungeon runs at level 70 on that other character, you've seen how bad my luck is with the drops. As soon as I'm on a character that doesn't need any of that shit, oh yeah, it'll drop for me left and right. Use that diversion while we can. And mow this pack down. Yeah, and here's a ring of casting as well.
Ready?
And here's where the NPCs can get in the way of your targeting. If you haven't had the foresight to go to your options menu and set yourself up so that you cannot target NPCs. Now you'll recognize this Scorpion. He's one of the bosses from Alamigo Dungeon. If you get targeted with target search, just do not stack the AoE on everybody else. And now the second boss will be coming up next here. Second boss is AoE spam again. What he likes to do, he'll alternate between a point blank, or rather a front conal AoE, and a 270-degree AoE everywhere else. Love how Garuda didn't want to follow me. So kind of stay on his side. And then he'll annoyingly drop target, just like that, to tunnel underground. Piece of shit. Now you see he's coming out there, so move out of the way this way. You cocksmoker. There we go, there's the frontal, and here comes the everywhere else. Now we're safe. Now he's going to use freezing missiles, which is you want to stand in the middle to avoid all the overlapping damage, and then he's going to go untargetable again. Just like that. just to make you waste your dread one. And now watch where he's coming. There he is. As soon as those AoEs clear, move out of the way. And he goes back to doing what he was doing. So do not stand behind him, otherwise you're going to get tagged by that 270-degree nonsense. There we go, frontal. Now we move out. And he's dead. I can't believe this. Both the feet and headpiece dropped.
You underestimate me.
It's almost like the game knows what you need and doesn't give it to you. And then as soon as you don't need it, it gives it to you left and right. And here's where enemies will continue to trickle in on you. Once again, don't stack the lasers on top of people. And avoid any other AoE spam that comes your way. He's down. Now here comes another one. Now some people will pull this guy on down there. Others will kill him where he stands. Looks like they're gonna pull him on down. And once again, more enemies will continue to trickle in on you. Such as this clown right over here. Try not to stand in the impact zone of that. And he's about dead, and another one will show up. Now I'm not going to blow my cooldowns on this asshole, because the first thing he's going to do is his ultimate attack, so we need to stack on Connie Senna here. She will protect us. And now it's just a matter of getting him down around 50%. At which point he'll self-destruct. So I'm not going to go blowing any cooldowns on him. Now he will run over to you to AoE you like that, no matter how far away you get. But once we get him to blow himself up, it's on to the final boss. It's two of them, who we only really just met in the storyline, but they are the ultimate boss for dungeon content for this patch, or this expansion rather.
Let us be about it.
This will end the main story until Shadowbringers in 3 weeks. don't need that. Or that, okay, tank gear. Now, these two tag team in and out on you, and the inactive one will continue to fire knockback AoEs at you from outside the arena. Okay, now I'm being targeted over here. Again. Now here we're trying not to get knocked back into all those other AoEs. You notice how when it hit me, it knocked me backwards? Now here will just come a bunch of line AoEs. Try to avoid them as best you can. That's the end of her phase. Now they're going to lay down laser tracers on the ground. That's where they're going to come dashing across the arena. Don't stand on them. You'll see what I mean. Those right there. There we go. Stand away from them as best you can. And now they'll show back up in the middle of the arena. And that other skank over there is going to continue on firing those AoEs to the center. So you've got to... Oh, and here come a bunch of cerulean tanks. They're going to fire one over that way. Oh, shit. I'm completely in the wrong place for all this. Because you also get all those knockbacks. Great, and I was unable to use my Ockhorn because he pulled the boss away from me. Ah, shit. Here we go with more of that nonsense. It's best to try to keep the boss, like, in the middle. Now, she's all but dead, but... Ah, okay, here we go. She did phase transition. Usually she'll wait a good 30 or 40 seconds before transitioning out, even when she has no health. Because the game's determined it's going to get that AoE spam in on you. Now here, you can't stack these AoEs on top of one another, and stay out of the rings, or the lines, rather. There we go. Now here they come at the middle. Now both of them will begin casting their ultimate. Imperial Authority, you see the gauge coming up. Well, the red mage could have limit breaks, but we didn't need it. Alright, we'll give it to the tank. Now, see that? There was no calamity, there was no bullshit. As soon as I pull this on my fucking main, it's smooth as silk. Great. See you guys. I shit you not, I must have run that 10 times with my ult trying to get this recording done. And every goddamn time it was a complete disaster. So now you see why I went ahead and jumped on my main to get this done, because it only took one time, no problem. Oh my god. But see now, that was it. Once you complete the Ghimlyt Dark, there's, like I said, you just continue on the main story, which is only like 2 more quests where you just talk to people and watch the cutscenes. That gives you the conclusion of the story and the whole cliffhangers going into Shadowbringers. And then you fight in your single-player instance. You don't queue up, you just go in one-on-one, beat them down, and then you prepare for the expansion. You got 3 weeks now to continue on with getting your Tomestones of Genesis, to continue gearing yourself up as high as you can get. Now, granted, you don't have to be in, like, full item level 400 gear to start off on the level 70 main story quest when Shadowbringers arrives. Level, like, 250 will be plenty. As long as you get there, you're fine. So for the next 3 weeks, just continue bumping your item level and going back and doing any, like, old content that you may have skipped, like if you skipped out on the 24-man dungeons or any of the extreme primals or any of that, you go ahead and get those done. You know, or you can, as a matter of fact, what's going on right now, you can go ahead and grab you some Moogle heads by doing all these low-level dungeons that you see here that are marked with the Moogle head. Get you your irregular tomestones of philosophy. I ran right by him to turn into this guy here, the itinerant Moogle. If you feel like grinding like ridiculously for a Namazu earring, 100 dungeon runs, you can do that. But for all intents and purposes, you are finished with the main storyline now. And it's just knocking around for the next 3 weeks. So until next time, guys, take care. See you later.